Alright, these are my knives. I'm going to go out to the woods. First one is K-Bar Mark 1, USN MK1, Mark 1. It's the K-Bar is a Navy fighting / utility knife. I took the epoxy off and left it, just, I don't know, silver colored, whatever color it is, because I don't like the epoxy, so I took that off. Took the regular sheath and I took the webbing off of that, and I put leather on. I made me a leather belt loop and security strap with a piece of shot cord, so that when you flip it open, flies out the way, so that I don't cut it when I bring it in and out. And I made a fire steel loop right here to hold my fire steel. So that's my main knife that I carry, and use it for whatever. And it has the ability as a defensive blade, because it is a fighting knife, so I can defend myself against whatever form of wild beast may be out there. And then I have this is the Boker Plus pocket knife. It's a little cheap pocket knife. Paid $20 for it. The shield fell off. The handle's cracked. I don't know how long it's going to last. I just wanted to test it out to see if I like this style. It's a little trapper's knife, which I do. It's got a utility blade on it, which I use for whittling or making pot handles or pot hangers, or any kind of things like that, cutting cord, anything around camp that I need to do. That's what this blade is for. This blade I use for food, cutting meat, cutting fish, any kind of thing having to do with like that. Not really much skinning. Not really much skinning. I haven't got into too much of that yet, which I want to, because that's what the knife is for. It's a trapper knife. So squirrels, rabbits, fish, that's why I got it, because I plan on using it for that. And those are my knife options. This is my main knife, which has defense capabilities, which is one of the things I was looking for in a knife, not just a chopper and all of that. And we'll find out why that's not important for me. And then this pocket knife, which I can process, small game, which is all I'm really looking for at this moment. And then a camp knife, just a general camp chore knife. And that's what I have there. And then I have my firewood processing thing, which is this little bitty double bit hatchet from Marbles, $20. Okay, and it's a double bit. This one with the marble symbol is sharp enough to shave with, and I use it for feather sticks, shavings, things like that related to firewood. And this I use for splitting and chopping. And it's not sharp, but it's sharp enough to where when I want to chop down something, it knocks really nice chunks of wood out, so it makes chopping easy, and it still splits pretty good. So that, and the sheath I made for it, and I just put the sheath on. It doesn't have a belt loop. It doesn't have a belt loop. I just put the sheath on and slide it in between my belt so that it hangs right here in my belt. And then I have this, which is the Baco Laplander saw, and I made the sheath for it with a dangler or the belt loop, and it's got a lanyard D-ring at the bottom. So these together, that's my firewood tools. That's what I process tools with. And then these together, my knives, are my general utility camp chores, and of course I got the ability to defend myself. And then this tool is just a little trowel I got at Walmart. Stainless steel. It's pretty sturdy, pretty nice. Heard that snap. I use it to dig Dakota holes. I use it to dig trenches for my fire. Like in the wintertime, I usually try to make a little trench for my fire so that they don't use all their energy, so that the coals don't use all of their energy trying to keep themselves warm and to stay hot enough to burn the fuel or burn the wood and stuff, right? So I want to be as conservative with energy as possible, because it's important when you're in the woods to conserve energy. So I build a little trench in the winter And this is good for that. That's all I need. I don't need an entrenching tool. And that's what I keep my fire in the winter. Or a Dakota hole. You know, if you want to build a Dakota hole, this is good. And it's really good because it's just the right size for making the small round hole that, you know, about a foot away from your Dakota hole that leads into it at the bottom to give it oxygen. It's just the right size. It's also a good size for digging a hole for going to the bathroom in. Just don't contaminate your shovel with your poo. You know, dig the hole, put the shovel away, do your business, and then you can use like a stick, or you can even take your hand and scrape the dirt in. You can wash your hands, and you can keep this nice and clean. You know, you don't want to touch the poo with your hand either. You don't want to touch it with anything that you're going to use for any other purpose, but just try not to contaminate your tools with things like that, because it's bad business. All kinds of bad things can happen if you do that. So the shovel, for just, you know, general digging purposes, dig up roots, dandelion roots or sassafras roots or any other thing that you might want, any other kind of root or wild edible. This will help you get that if it's buried. Fire processing, Baco Laplander. I didn't pull it out because it's hard to do one-handed in this sheath. It's a friction retention sheath and it does a really good job. But everybody knows about the Baco. If you don't, Baco Laplander, just do a search on YouTube. You'll find out lots about it. My little marbles, $20 marble double bit hatchet is really good for processing firewood. And then I have my K-Bar Mark 1 fighting utility knife and my Boker Plus trapper knife. So this is essentially my bushcraft tools. You know, that's what I take and that's what I use.